here goes nothing. I really like that little toy. Maybe I should make another one that's a little bit different, so I've got different ones to play with throughout the week. Good morning. Happy Tuesday or Thursday. I don't even know what day it is. It's the last day of 2020. That's what I know. The rest of it doesn't matter. And I know you're going to be disappointed. Samantha is not with me. She did have to go to work, but she will be here tomorrow. I told her you're not allowed to work tomorrow. She goes back to school on Monday, so she'll be here tomorrow. If you have questions, you can email me. You can private message me. You can be here tomorrow and ask her yourself. She obviously is my beautiful 16-year-old daughter, and she started her business Real Journey in 2020, and in my opinion has been pretty successful, especially for a 16-year-old. She's gotten her first CD out, got it released. She's gotten a website up and running. She's selling merchandise on there. She's making money going out and singing her songs and getting her message out there. So I want to introduce her to everybody. I want to interview her for everybody and have me and you get a kind of a business perspective of a 16-year-old, what she thinks along the way. She told me yesterday, actually, that she was excited about it. And she told me that she also would like to have me teach her how to have an Amazon business so that going into college, she maybe won't have to just work her own business, which would be a cool thing. So kind of nervous because, I teach her that she's going to be better than I am. I promise that. And I'm only going to have a 2-year jump on her. So she's going to pass me in no time. But today we're talking about knowing you. And I think that in business, it's so easy to get caught up on business that you kind of get to moments where you forget who you are and you not necessarily forget what you stand for, who you are, but there's always a gray area. And some people it's just like this, some people it's like this, and some people it's way off the screen. So when you get to those business decisions that bring you to the gray area, it's important to know yourself so you don't cross into areas that don't define you. Now, it's easy for me anyways, because I wear my hat and I wear Scarlet Arrow stuff, and I know that I represent my brand at all times. But it's the opposite way is what I'm wanting to portray today is not me representing my brand. It's that my brand represents me. And I want to make sure that I build my brand into a representation of myself that defines myself in a way I want to be defined. And as a business owner, as someone who is able to curve that mentality and viewpoint of others, it's important to know who you are so that you can maintain that. And people aren't always going to look at my business and think Derek Faber, and that's fine. But I want them to be able to look at the decisions that were made of my business and know that they were done ethically and that I've always done the right thing, regardless of who's looking, and that I'm making decisions based on what I feel are right, and that I've given to charity. I've given to people. I've done what I think God would ask me to do. And I think that a lot of times we miss that boat more or less just because it's easy to. It's easy to get business is so freaking challenging and so different at all times. There's always something going on that you can easily lose yourself. And so I suggest writing it down. I mean, look at it. Make sure you know what's going on. And I was studying for by listening to a podcast about ways to beat stress and kind of got lost in the ways to beat stress because it was long. I'll just put it that way. But he goes into knowing when to give up. And I'm like, that's not very good advice. I don't ever want to give up. I want to fight through everything. But then he goes into you give up only when your business decisions and the walk in which or the direction in which your business is going begins to impede on your values. Now, how hard of excuse me, my eyes been acting up today, but how hard of a decision would that be? in the, you know, in at the cost of your business, don't lose who you are. And that goes for budgeting. That goes for quality of product. Are you putting something out there that could potentially hurt somebody? Are you okay with putting your name on that? I mean, there's so many ethical boundaries that are crossed on a daily basis by food companies, by drug companies, that they know some of the after effects of this outweigh the good that it can benefit people, but they see the dollar sign, so they put it out there anyway. And I don't want to be that way, and I hope that I can encourage you not to be that way. But in reflecting on yourself, know you're, especially going into this next year, there's a lot of reflection going on, and that happens every year. But in doing so, consciously be aware of who you are, who you want to be known for, and what is important to you, so you can portray those same traits into your business life. The other thing I want to challenge you with is know the difference between your norms and society's norms. Now, a lot of times you have to cross into society's norms and understand their norms just to understand their mentality for marketing reasons and to make sure your product is selling. But that doesn't mean that the sinful norms of society need to be conformed to by yourself so that you can be a successful business owner. Maintain your integrity, know who you are, stick to your guns, and I believe firmly God will bless you. So it's a short, sweet, to the point, guys. I really didn't have a huge one prepared because I was wanting my daughter here, but she will be here tomorrow. She was a little bit not excited about the time because she wants to go work out with her friends, but I said, well, then go work out with them at 10 o'clock. We'll be done by 9:30, 9:45. You'll be there on time. So anyway, tomorrow, if you have questions for a 16-year-old business owner, send them in. After about 10 to 15 seconds, there's a delay, so you can actually type them in on Facebook. I will get them live and ask them to her live, so I'm not prepared or she's not prepared. I guarantee you I'm not going to give her the list of questions so she's prepared. That's part of her journey, is learning how to be interviewed and to be doing so in front of, even though it's just a few of us, hey, you never know. This could explode to thousands of people at any point. So be safe tonight. It's New Year's Eve. A lot of stupidity in this world going on. I'm one that will hopefully be asleep by the time the midnight hits. But some of us aren't, and that's great. Just do you, have fun, but be safe. I will see you tomorrow, and God loves you. So do I. Have a great day, everyone.